I'm Julie, and this video is part of a biology lecture series. In this video, I'm going to talk about cells, specifically prokaryotic cells. Okay, let's go. So, there are two major types of cells. One is prokaryotic cells. So there are two domains that have prokaryotic cells. One is bacteria, and the other is archaea. Now, to distinguish between these two, you have to look at the DNA. They're both single-celled organisms, and if they have prokaryotic cells, they're called prokaryotes. Prokaryotes. Okay, so what do we have here? In this picture on the left, all of these purple spots, that's bacteria in the genus Salmonella. The picture on the left is taken with a light microscope, and the picture on the right is a scanning electron micrograph of the same Salmonella invading human tissue. Okay, the second type is a prokaryotic cell, and the groups of organisms that have prokaryotic cells are protists, plants, animals, and fungi. Okay, so you know plants, animals, fungi, but what are protists? So some examples of protists are amoebas, algae, oops, wait a minute, there we go, algae, and let's see, what else do we have on our list? Slime molds. Can't forget slime molds. Slime molds and yeast. Okay, so protists are all single-celled eukaryotes. So, what's the difference between the two, a prokaryote and a eukaryote? So, pro means before, karyon means nucleus. So the main difference between them is that a prokaryote with prokaryotic cells has no membrane-bound nucleus. Eukaryote, U means true, that's a U, true nucleus. So, a eukaryote has a membrane-bound nucleus. Okay, so this video, I'm going to talk mostly about prokaryotic cells. Okay, so let's see. What do we say? We said prokaryotic cell did not have a membrane-bound nucleus. So it does have DNA. Let me get my pen. But the DNA is not inside a nucleus. It just hangs out in a region called a nucleoid. And let's see, what else do we have? It has a cell membrane. All cells have a cell membrane. It has a cell wall. Not all cells have cell walls, but bacteria and archaea have cell walls. The ribosomes are floating free in the cytoplasm. So cytoplasm is everything inside that cell membrane is the cytoplasm. The fluidy stuff is the cytosol. And then everything else, so everything inside, including the cytosol, is the cytoplasm. So these ribosomes are used to synthesize proteins. Okay, other interesting things about a bacteria. A bacteria has a capsule, and this capsule, this thick layer right here, is to help to keep it from drying out. Some of them have flagellum to be able to move around, and this pili, these are for attaching to substrate. Okay. Make sure I got everything. Oh yes, I wanted to talk about the DNA. So the DNA in bacteria and archaea, they have one chromosome, that's an M, and it's in the form of a loop. So one loop. And this mess in here, that's one looped or ringed chromosome in there, one strand of DNA. Okay. And some bacteria have these thylakoid discs for photosynthesis. So these discs are for photosynthesis. Okay. Let's see. So prokaryotes. The fossil record shows that the first cells on the earth were prokaryotes. So they were the first cells on earth, and the cyanobacteria were the first ones first bacteria to produce oxygen. So eukaryotes are here because the cyanobacteria produced the first oxygen that oxygenated our atmosphere. Cyanobacteria is also very interesting because it can form a relationship with fungus. So fungi plus cyanobacteria makes lichen. So that's what this is right here. This is a symbiosis, a relationship between fungi and cyanobacteria, or sometimes it's algae, sometimes it's cyanobacteria. So what else? Bacteria. Why is bacteria important? So what's the importance? Well, in 1 teaspoon of soil, there could be as many as 100 million to 1 billion bacteria cells. Wow, that's a lot. Why so many? Well, they help to decompose all the dead organisms. And that allows chemicals to recycle back into the atmosphere. Recycled. Chemicals are recycled. What else? We have bacteria, lots of bacteria. We have bacteria in our digestive system, which helps us to digest certain foods. We have approximately 500 different species of bacteria just in our mouth and in our throat. One 200-pound male could have as much as 6 pounds of bacteria in his body. Let's see, what else? So some do cause disease. Oops, I need another S in there. Let's see. Let's try that again. Disease, such as tuberculosis, tetanus, strep throat, gonorrhea. But there are many that we have on our skin that are just hanging out. So they take up space. And that's really important because they're taking up the space so that disease-causing bacteria can't get a hold. So, bacteria, really important. Prokaryotic, single-celled organisms. Okay, I hope you found that interesting. Thank you.